Throughout history, many figures have claimed divine status or messianic roles. But why does the world point to Jesus of Nazareth as the fulfillment of ancient prophecy with such conviction? What sets him apart from the rest? It's not just a matter of blind faith or wishful thinking, it's meticulously documented, written in the very pages of Scripture centuries before his birth. These aren't vague predictions, but specific details about his life, death, and resurrection. Let's unpack it together and explore the compelling evidence. We'll examine the prophecies themselves and compare them to the historical accounts of Jesus' life. Let's start at the beginning, tracing the prophetic thread from the Old Testament to the New. We'll journey back in time to the era of the prophets, exploring the context in which these predictions were made. Centuries before Jesus walked the earth, the prophet Isaiah declared that the Messiah would be born of a virgin, a miraculous conception defying natural laws. And the Gospel of Matthew, an eyewitness account, explicitly states that Jesus' birth fulfilled this very prophecy. The prophet Micah, writing over 700 years before Jesus, specifically pointed to Bethlehem as the birthplace of the Messiah, a small and seemingly insignificant town. And history confirms that Bethlehem is, in fact, exactly where Jesus entered the world, solidifying another piece of the prophetic puzzle. What about his family's flight to Egypt, their escape from Herod's murderous rage? Was that just a random event? No. The prophet Hosea, centuries earlier, had already called it, prophesying, "Out of Egypt I called my son." Fast forward to his public ministry, the years he spent teaching, healing, and performing miracles throughout Galilee. Isaiah foretold that the Messiah would bring healing to the brokenhearted, binding up their wounds and offering solace to those in despair. And the Gospel of Luke vividly shows him doing just that, time and time again, demonstrating compassion and restoring hope to the marginalized. The Psalms and the prophets also predicted that he would teach using parables, stories designed to reveal deeper truths to those who were willing to listen. They foretold that he would enter Jerusalem riding on a donkey, a humble king presenting himself to his people. Jesus meticulously ticked every box, fulfilling prophecy after prophecy with astonishing accuracy. What about the details surrounding his betrayal? Psalm 41 and the prophet Zechariah both specifically mention that he would be betrayed by a close friend, someone he trusted. And they even pinpointed the price of his betrayal. 30 pieces of silver, exactly what Judas Iscariot received for handing Jesus over to his enemies. Isaiah, in his prophecies of the suffering servant, foresaw that the Messiah would endure his suffering in silence, not opening his mouth to defend himself against false accusations. He also predicted that he would be crucified among criminals, sharing the fate of the outcasts and the condemned, and the prophecies spoke of his hands and feet being pierced, a clear reference to the Roman practice of crucifixion. Even in death, the prophecies continued to be fulfilled. Isaiah prophesied that he would be buried in the tomb of a rich man, and indeed Jesus was laid to rest in the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea, a wealthy member of the Sanhedrin. But the story doesn't end there. The Psalms, filled with hope and anticipation, spoke of the Messiah's resurrection, his triumph over death and the grave. And that prophecy was gloriously fulfilled when the tomb was found empty and Jesus appeared to his disciples, proving that he had conquered death. Is all of this merely a coincidence, a series of random events that happen to align with ancient predictions? Or does it point to something far more profound, a divine plan unfolding throughout history? Dig deeper into the scriptures and you'll find prophecy fulfilled in Jesus at every turn, a testament to his unique identity and his central role in God's redemptive plan for humanity.